next. Flex the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Let's bleed, shall we? It's Friday. We had a powerful weekend. True Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's do this roll call, because I want to get to this. This is another hold the mirror up moment. You got to ask yourself what's going on here. Real Spill, salute, brother. BVO, what's going on? Rick Blackwell, not 86, Columbia. Bernard Gilbert in the building. G. McCall, Kawhi Elliott. Mark Wunderlich, I got you, brother. I got you, brother. Jalen Hudson, salute. Rod Neal. Windsor. Thomas. Don Vaughn. Trey Titan. Des. Delano. Brandon. Freedom's March. Main Biker. Coach Hudson in the building. GG Champ. Derek Gaines, the legend. My brother Steve L, the Mac. PGH, my fam, salute. Let's get to the topic, man. Let me ask y'all a question. And I asked this about a few people in the industry. Michael Fleming, FOR Sniper, salute. Tim Harmon, salute. If you had a fighter, young fighter, and he seems to be a prodigy, and you're working with him, and you're like, you know what? Everyone that comes to your gym and looks at this kid and says, yo, you know what, man? This kid is goods, man. He's doing things, you know, that adults are doing in that ring. He's just good, man. I don't know, man, you know. You take him to Floyd's gym in Vegas, and Floyd pops up, and you develop a relationship. Do you trust him to take that kid pro and direct his career? Do you trust him? Mr. Big Play, salute. Do you trust him? On one hand, you're saying, man, look what all this guy's accomplished, man. Against all odds, you know, his personal story, if you want to analyze stuff like that. This guy's worth probably $1 billion, and he sees potential in my kid, whether it's your blood relative or not. But you've been with this young man from the time he was 8 years old in the gym, and now he's 17, and he's sparring kids in the Olympics and other adults, and he's helped, you know, whatever weights get ready for fights, and he has a whole lot of sparring experience, and he's, you know, golden gloves here, golden gloves there. Do you trust Floyd Mayweather to point this kid in the right direction with all the accomplishments that Floyd has? Knowing what we know about Floyd, because everything that he's done is not a secret. I guess what I'm asking is, do you ignore this dude's reputation? Brother Jose says, no chance. Del Riv, salute. I'm going to tell you flat out, my answer is hell no. Not no, hell no. I'm going to tell you exactly what I would have done. I would have him around Floyd to soak up as much knowledge of the game. Listen to everything he says stylistically in that ring, because on that aspect, he knows what he's talking about. for as long as I could be around TMT and soak up everything. And while the young man is in the ring, soaking up that knowledge, getting those valuable lessons, what I'm doing is I'm watching on the outside. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? I'm listening to conversations. Don Vaughn, salute. I'm listening to conversations. I'm learning more about the business because I know some things, but I'm the first to tell you, I don't know it all. So while the young king is working in the ring, I'm walking around the gym to find out who people are. And I want to know everything from hand wraps. I want to hear what name keeps popping up. Why do I need to know that person? Who's this dude he's about to spar with? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? That's what I'm on. That's the type of time I'm on. And the moment Floyd says, hey, man, time to go pro. I could take you here. I could take you here. I could take you here. The moment he says, sign on this dotted line, I'm telling you straight up and down, I'm saying no, thank you. I'm saying no, thank you. No. Appreciate the game. You don't say that part out loud. But no, thank you. Because apparently the move is being independent. Because by the time I've gotten to Floyd with my prodigy, I would have been around the world. And when I say around the world, I'm talking about the boxing world. BVO says, I always hated Floyd didn't sign Devin. You know why? They knew better than to be around him. Do you know why? Because Bill knew what type of person Floyd was. Because had they stayed there, you know what would have happened? Bill would have been moved away. And instead of talking about what Tank is not doing, we would have been talking about what Devin is not doing. That's what would have been happening. We'd have been talking about, yo, why Devin ain't fight this guy? Why Devin ain't fight? What the hell, Devin? Imagine going to an alternate universe where that was the case. We'd be talking about Devin just as bad. Why didn't Devin fight Loma? The thing is, I think Devin would have been a little more out loud about it. I rock, salute. Yo, bro, I'm going to call you today. I promise. I'm sorry. I got caught up with a lot of crap when I get off this internet. Imagine that. Alternate universe where he got to sign Devin. Bill would have been just off doing something else. And we'd have been like, why Devin ain't fight this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy? And Tank would have got lined up to fight Devin already, and he'd have gotten his ass beat at 35. There goes that. What the Haneys did was they soaked up game. Of course, Roger knew who he was. Salute to Roger. Floyd Sr., you heard what he said. Who's the closest thing to your son? He said, that boy. They said, what boy, Tank? He said, no, the other boy, Devin. Didn't they spar? Yeah. Who won? Who you think won? Devin. He said it. He was there. Real boss moves. Ratchet, what up, brother? Exactly, main biker. Devin would have never been undisputed messing around with Floyd. Floyd's ideology is belts just collect dust. They don't pay the bills. And fighting a Mexican would net you dividends. That's his style of thinking. Anthony, salute. And he runs his business like he's some sort of godfather. If you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to do everything in my power to systematically F you up. Floyd has never counted his own blessings. He's overcome a lot, but he's a spoiled brat. He's a spoiled brat. That's what he is. He's an idiot. And the reason why Bill didn't allow his son to work with this dude is because game understands game. Floyd never played in the streets. Bill did. And I'm not saying that to glorify it. What I am saying is that Bill understands what's real and what's not. That's why we call him Trill Bill. He understands that. So he hung around these gyms. He got to know these people. When Devin was fighting in Mexico and on the come up, Devin has seen so many styles. By the time he got to Floyd Mayweather's gym, people were astounded with him. He's been a dog. He loves soaking up game. He loves knowledge. He really loves this sport as opposed to someone else. In his mind, Devin's just getting started. He wants to clean stuff up. This other guy on the run from the damn U.S. Marshals, go turn yourself in tank, he's talking about how he wants to hang it up and don't want to deal with it no more. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying that so y'all can understand the difference in demeanor. That's a good job, BVO. Stay with it. Dale Spoolie, salute. So there's a difference. There's a difference in character. There's a difference in their demeanor. And Bill, as it turns out, is the smartest guy in boxing. Look at everything that's going on around, and now look at Bill. Y'all don't want. I know y'all don't want to give him any credit. I know when we say things like Devin's the face of boxing, y'all want to just snarl and say, no, how could that be? Y'all not paying attention to the atmosphere. Y'all really not. Freedom's marching that super chat salute. He says, salute to my big bro, Druth, and salute to the mighty LDBC in the chats, man. Salute to you, good brother. Salute. And what I'm saying is Bill knows what type of person Floyd was. So what you do is you soak up as much game as you can and you get away from him. So while Bill was moving and shaking with his son, he was also picking up game. Who to talk to, who to call. Where can my son get this education in the ring? And while he's getting the education in the ring, I'm getting the education outside of the ring. I'm talking to these guys. I'm understanding how the game is. Bill outsmarted the entire industry. I hope y'all understand that. That's why I said real boss moves. He outsmarted the entire. Right now, no one respects him. They still looking down on him like he's some sort of street guy, and no. He is every bit as important as Bob Arum. And he's only been in the game for the blink of an eye. He's every bit as important as Eddie Hearn. Well, how could that be, Drew? Top Rank has all these years and he had multiple fighters. It don't matter. You know why? You know how I'm going to see y'all look at the cup half full. I'm going to look at it half empty. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all looking at it half empty. I'm looking at it half full. All I see when I look at Bob Arum is a stupid racist who fumbled the best fighter in that generation, which was Floyd Mayweather. All I see is Bob Arum cutting down the best all-around fighter in our generation in Bud Crawford. That's what I see. Y'all don't want to talk about that? Y'all love talking about the negative with Bill. We talking about, hey, man, Devin was so young, he had to go to Mexico. Oh, well, he had losses removed from his record. And I say, well, prove it. He just did. He just did. He just did. Word? Show me the proof. You can't just tell me any old thing. Show me the proof. I'm not even calling you a liar. I'll call you a hater, but I'm not even calling you a liar. I'm saying, show me the proof. Is it because Ryan Garcia said it? Is it because some cracker from Cracker Boxing Media said it and you want to put that out? You don't want to talk about how Top Rank was stolen from the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. You don't want to talk about that, though, right? I don't see Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren running around on these YouTube channels and engaging in conversation with these people. Bill's everywhere. Kev's video, salute. His pockets are just as deep. He's just as knowledgeable. And look at what he's done with his son. And all I hear is a negative from y'all. But all I see is the motherfucking work. All I see is the work. So you can talk up Top Rank all you want, but I saw what they've done. You can talk up Matchroom all you want. But hello, AJ, Deontay, they were supposed to seal that deal. He didn't do it by choice. Eddie Hearn is the worst matchmaker in the world. But I still see you knuckle draggers going over there. I don't understand it, but whatever. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all could have learned a thing or two from Bill. And one of the best moves he did was not allow him and Devin to work with Floyd. Now I'm gonna go back to that. Because I've seen what Bob Arum has done. I've seen what he said. I haven't seen anything like this since Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. He's talking about Lomachenko turned right around and lost his second pro fight. That's what I've seen. Y'all don't want to talk about that, though. But every time I bring up Bill, y'all think of negative shit. You know why? Because you knuckle draggers are sick and you're conditioned. And I understand that. I understand that. But all I see is the work. I'm putting that on a shirt finally this year. All I see is the work. You can say anything you want to say. His breath stink, his feet big or whatever. But if he got a great job and a car and a bad bitch in that seat, all I see is the work. You could say whatever. Oh, man, when he was in school, his breath stunk. Okay. He had acne. Okay. That guy right there. Look at that car. How much is he worth? Get out the way. Who's that chick? Huh? Please shut up. Walk him down. Van Howder in the building. Salute to you, good brother. We're going to talk to you real soon. Yes, sir. Good to see you. Lord Sweat, real Baltimore in the building. I repeat, real Baltimore. Salute. Mark Hairston, salute. So I salute Bill. And by the way, Mr. Van Howder, I salute you. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. So when you're a free thinker and you learn how to move and shake in the business, I just see people upset with Bill because of his accomplishments. Do you understand how sick this is? True Boxing Night, salute. That's sick. So that's why I put the Haneys up here as an example. Do y'all understand that Floyd Mayweather told Ryan Garcia, first of all, he tried to stop the Ryan Garcia-Haney fight the first time, and Ryan agreed. He tried to get him in the ring with Rolly Romero when Rolly was working with Floyd. Then Ryan changed his mind. Then Floyd says, okay, come in overweight. They're still going to take the fight. And they did. Snacks B, salute. And when Floyd had that interview with Cameron Cameron asked him flat out, did you tell Ryan to come in overweight? And Floyd said, like I said before, there's a lot of things I gotta say, what I can't say, because I'll fuck around and catch a lawsuit. You know what he didn't say? He didn't say no. Watch this. Floyd, did you tell Ryan Garcia to come in overweight? No. See how easy that is? It's yes or no. No, I did not. Don't give me a political answer. It's yes or no. So of course he did it. And then while Bill's on live on Instagram talking, he comes in on a ghost account. Bill. Bill said, we don't need your help. We look like you needed my help that night. That's the clap back when he sat down with Bill and said, y'all want to sign your son years ago. And he says, no, we all right. We all right. We try to move like you, Floyd. You a boss. We're learning from the best. We all right. He didn't say no F you, Floyd. He let him down easy. He's been hating on that family ever since. And then he went to Tank and signed Tank. Don't get it fucked up. Well, he stuck with Tank.
You fool ass Earth man.
That's where that comment came from, that conversation. It's hilarious. He's been mad ever since. That solidified that Floyd is every bit the POS that we figured he was. He's an absolute wizard in that ring. I have nothing bad to say about him in the boxing ring, but as a person, he's a POS. Anthony, what up, bro? He's a POS. For real, he is. He's the worst. He's the absolute worst. The absolute worst. Robert Singleton, salute. He never said no. HMC, what up? That solidified it. If you was confused about it before, it solidified it. Now let's talk about Adrian Broner. Well, this ain't gonna take long. You see him now, right? He's out and about, drunk, telling people, yo, go get a drink and we could talk about it. Adrian Broner was supposed to be next up. He was supposed to be next up. He had the character. He could fight. He had it all. 503 line in the building. Salute, brother. AB had it all. What happened with him and Floyd? They were down so bad that after, I forgot what fight it was, but he challenged Floyd to a fight after he beat somebody. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? They can't go to the back and just, squash whatever beef. Why we had to see that? I hate to see that. I hate to see brothers fight. I'd rather them just not deal with each other. The hell was that? I was disgusted. But then I started to hear things. Imagine you working out in the gym and you got your woman with you. You know what I heard this dude Floyd would do? He'd show up to the gym with his biggest chain, worth $10 million around his neck. Won't sit next to your girl. He'll do some sucker shit like walk around your girl. Nigga, what you in the gym, your sweaty ass gym with cologne on? Then broadcast you smell that? Smell that? That cologne right there? 500,000. See this chain? 10 million. Now you see, fellas, if you got a real one, trust me, there's no amount of money in the world that'll have your woman go astray. And if she goes astray over minuscule things, and trust me, it's minuscule, because that's his money, not hers. That she was never yours. If either one of my wives strayed away because of something that you had that was materialistic, the joke's really on you, because you best believe I sent her. Did you hear what I just said? The joke's on you because I sent her. You gonna think it's cute. Yo, I just got one of Drew's wives. Okay. She'll come home when I want her to. You'll be about 10 milli light. And it'll be the best sex you ever had that you miss. Because as soon as I snap my fingers, all right, baby, come on home. As soon as I check her bank account, we 10 mil up? All right, come on home. We used to call that flat leaving back in the day. Yo, where your girl? Yo, she flat left me. Yeah, all right. She came home. Ain't shit. Y'all niggas ain't bosses. You'll never pull a chick that I'm involved with. I sent her. Trust me. I sent her. She will bleed you. But I heard, Black Jericho, salute. I heard that he would do shit like that. Flashing money. Trying to get the attention of these girls. Gerard, Harlem in the building, salute. I heard he'd do shit like that. You know why? Because at the end of the day, what I say about not counting your blessings. At the end of the day, Floyd's a little nigga. He's one of those dudes, MJ, what up? He's one of those dudes that wish he was above 6 feet tall. He wish he was a heavyweight. See, when men do things like that, Joe Townsend in the building, salute. When men do things like that, they're insecure. See these women like throwing these phrases around today. Oh, you insecure. You a narcissist, and you can't be a narcissist and insecure. The two don't match. It don't the real definition. It don't match. They don't. But y'all saw that video when Floyd was in the UK. Anthony Joshua did an appearance. By then, the world knew. They were supposed to know who Floyd Mayweather was, right? What was happening? Cass was walking right up to AJ, and Floyd was standing there like a lost little boy. AJ's 6'6", all those muscles, those perfect teeth, he brown skin. Ladies love him. Y'all saw Alicia Baumgartner. She was ready right there in front of all those people. They're about to film a porno right there. She was ready right there when he knocked the shit out of Jake Paul. She was ready right there in front of all those people. AJ's what you call genetically blessed. That just happens. That's just God. And then there's Floyd. All this wealth, this fighting skills. He's in the history books, and the world is not enough, like the James Bond movie. The world is not enough. My brother Rod Neal from Houston in that super chat salute, he says it's becoming difficult to watch his old fights. It is, because knowing what we know, sometimes it overlaps. You know, what you know overlaps you being able to pay attention. You know, it's bad. Abdul, what up? It's bad. Man. Look at his face. Listen to how he talks about the people that paved the way for him. Listen to how he talked about Muhammad Ali. That's not marketing. That's just disrespectful. He really meant that shit. Phenomenal Mexican, salute. It's ridiculous. He meant what he said. He's a horrible person. I hope y'all understand that. But let's get back to Adrian Broner. Where do you think Adrian Broner was supposed to be? Career-wise. What I saw was personalities clashing. And let me explain to you what I feel happened in the Maidana fight. Jay Bean in that super chat salute, he says, Mickey Bay told some wild stories about Floyd. He sure did. In fact, he's one of the people that was saying in a roundabout way what he would do at the gym. A young king comes up there to hit the bag, and his girl shows up to support him. And Floyd literally tries to test the waters by flashing money and jewelry. What you driving outside? Oh, that's a 2008 exhibition. 2008, already got the 2009 model sent to my house. Huh? Who the fuck cares? I'm trying to hit the bag here. Nigga had a strip club. Let me point something out. Nigga had a strip club. I don't even know if it's still there. It's in Vegas. He put out a video of all those girls. There's like 20 of them twerking. And he's standing in the middle with a robe counting money. Okay, K-Rod, salute. Okay. Big G, salute. Okay. That's great. Why are you acting like a fucking a rapper with no family? Because at that time, he had children. Bro, you know what, man? And this may sound one-sided, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. If you had a couple of sons, but they were babies at that time, I might give you a little leeway. I might. But God damn it, you have I think his daughter was born at that time, right? His knucklehead daughter running around right now. Because she grew up to be a fucking idiot. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Online crying how her baby daddy ain't doing nothing. Her father, which is the baby's grandfather, meaning Floyd Mayweather, is taking care of it. Well, whatever. You know why she's an idiot? Go back to those videos. That's why she's an idiot. I don't care if you had your kids around the gym. I remember the old video on HBO where they showed her punching and hitting the bag. That don't mean shit. Did you raise them? And that's why Bill shot him down in that Instagram shit. He thought he was gonna blow something up. Oh, you thought you need nobody help that night? Yeah, with friends like you, who needs enemies? You the motherfucker that told Ryan to come in overweight. You really stand on the side of what's righteous? I saw you in the corner of Tank when he was fighting Ryan. If you really fucked with Bill, black man, because by the way, he not into that black and white bullshit either, the black man bullshit either. He's not. Why wasn't you in New York showing support to death? What was Bill supposed to do? You right. We gonna come fucks with you, Floyd. After all of that? Yeah, Thomas, that part. That part. This guy's a terrorist. This guy's a terrorist. He's not into black pride. He loved them small hats, though. Rabbi Floyd. Young Abel, salute. Rabbi Floyd. Rabbi Floyd. Rabbi Floyd. Rabbi Floyd. I'm not making that up. Stood right on the podium and said, if you got a problem with my Jewish friend, you got a problem with me. That's what he said. I never heard him say that about no black person around him, ever. Now, let me get back to the Madonna shit. Main biker in that super chat, he says, Floyd Joy Mayweather is not a joy within himself. He's not. He's a self-hating nigger. Capital N. That's why when I was talking about him when he was in his career, the only thing that people could try to talk to me about in a negative light, it always ended up to him allegedly beating that girl. And what kind of person? I had to stop them. I said, yo, I'm talking boxing. Do you want to talk about him being an asshole outside the ring? We could, and it will be shocking how I agree with you. But you're incapable of talking about boxing. So what kind of conversation do you want to have? Do you want to high five on how much of an asshole he is? Do you want to do that? We can do that, but you can't talk boxing. Just yield the boxing conversation. Just say I can't fucks with you. And we can talk about what an asshole he is outside the ring. So we can agree on something. And that's when the conversation, they suck their teeth and wobble their head and go to the other side of the locker room. Okay, of course. Because when you're talking to me, we're gonna stay on topic. There's a strategy when you're debating somebody. And I see it all the time, and this is just a sidebar. People will take it somewhere and do something else. People will take the conversation and hijack it and get you talking about something else for 10 minutes. What you do is stop them and bring them back to topic. Don't even answer their question. Bring them back to topic. You tell them it's irrelevant. Bring it back to topic. It's amateurs on here. Scott Linehan, salute, brother. He says, Paul Spatafore made Floyd quit in sparring tonight. Yeah, he sure did. We had Paulie on the show, brother. Yep. He sure did. Paulie's friend to the Strong House, man. Salute to Paulie Spatafore. It's on YouTube. He beat the shit out of Floyd. Had him laying on the ground exhausted. That happened. That's real shit. That happened. Shout out to Paulie Spatafore. So getting back to the Broner thing. When the dust settled, I started to find out what was going on. Let me remind y'all what happened. He gets in the ring with Maidana. Maidana hits AB upside his face, and he had this blank look like, I ain't never been hit like that in my life. Now, this is Marcos Maidana, who, to me, wasn't supposed to be a threat that night, but he's an Argentinian. He's tough by nature. Let's just get that out the way. Argentinian fighters are tough as hell. Amir Khan beat that guy. So I said, AB, this should be a walk in the park, right? No. He hit this motherfucker in his face, and it changed his whole career. It changed his whole career. So I said, man, what happened with this dude? And I was saying back then, he might pop or something. I don't know. Was that Roy's? I don't know what's going on. And if you remember, speaking of Amir Khan, Floyd put out a poll. Who do you want to see me fight next? Amir Khan or Marcos Maidana? And everybody voted for Amir Khan. Everybody voted for Amir Khan. Everybody. Instead, he fights Marcos Maidana. And I said, well, that's weird. And then Floyd fought him. He had 2 fights or whatever. But here's the thing. Leading up to that fight, y'all remember the situation when he said ain't no padding in these gloves. And I said, uh-oh. And what did Robert Garcia say? He fucking told on himself right there. He told on himself right there. What did I tell you about these villains saying the quiet part out loud? What did I tell y'all about that? Let them talk. No padding in their gloves. These are the same ones we use, the same company that we use with Burner. I was like, oh, shit. Wait a minute. Is that why AB looked like that? So then I said, wait a minute. Whoa. Who the fuck was checking the gloves for AB? Anyone? Well, that's AB's fault. No, because once upon a time, AB was little bro to Floyd. Remember that? Mr. Me Too. And still, salute. Remember that? That was little bro. Remember that? And we roll with it. He's doing rap songs. He on the stage. He's freestyling. AB was super talented, man. Celebrity basketball games. So right when Floyd said that, I said, who the fuck was watching AB's back when picking it? How come Floyd couldn't walk his ass down there and say, hey, man, let me see those gloves? Oh, no, y'all not using these. Carla, what up? Floyd's too good for that? Or did he know? Because AB had a lot of spotlight and he was about to take off, and Floyd was still active. 205 in that strong house, man. Salute to you, good brother. I appreciate you. In the strong house 4 months, man. I appreciate you. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you so much. Much love and appreciation. Thank you. Jeff Spark in the building. Salute. When we was in Vegas, Michael Ray, salute. We was in Vegas for Wilder Fury 3. I was getting ready to take a walk over to the MGM Grand, right? So I'm getting dressed. Louis Hinton, salute. So I'm getting dressed. Jason Bourne in the building, salute. And Floyd, I'm not Floyd. My phone rang and it's Tay Jones. I answered the phone and my brother was breathing heavy. I said, oh, whoa, what's going on? He said, yo, these niggas tried to do it again. I said, do what? He said, check your phone. And he sent me a picture of some fucked up gloves. He said, I caught these niggas. I'm looking at the picture like, what the fuck's wrong with these gloves? He said, they tried to do it again. He said, I fucking spazzed on everything down there. Floyd, yo, Tay was down there about to throw punches. He's throwing shit. Just go back. I did a video. I think I did the fucking video before I left the goddamn room with the picture in it. It's on my channel. He said, yo, you want to use those gloves? We're going to use some gloves too. And that was a mistake because that's how D broke his hands. That's why when people say, oh, well, if Anui stacks his raps, then the fighter should stack his raps too. It don't go like that. If you don't know how to use the weapon, what's the point of you having it? I could have a duel with you. Well, I can set up a duel. I can say, all right, Coach Hudson versus, I don't know, fucking Jason Bourne. I know Coach Hudson knows how to operate a firearm. I don't know if Jason Bourne knows how to operate a firearm. Do you know a lot of people don't know? Stormy in the building, salute. Do you know a lot of people don't know how to use guns? You see them all the time. See them on video games, see them on TV, see them in the movies. A lot of y'all never fired a fucking gun. Coach Hudson's gonna take 10 paces, turn around and blow your fucking head off. You know why? He took the safety off, you didn't. You're like, the gun jammed. Well, if you're still alive, no. You see this? It's called a safety. Take it off. Your gun ain't jammed, you idiot. Waffle, salute. See what I mean? So you just don't stack your raps and say, I'm going to do it too. What happened with D is that I believe, if I remember correctly, he used a specific style of gloves, and the result was him breaking his hand. That was the result. So what happened with AB happened on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s watch. You see what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? This is my point. That happened on his watch because you can't cheat Floyd because he knows what to look for. You can't cheat Tyson Fury because he knows what to look for. Deontay didn't know what to look for. His team didn't know what to look for. They just didn't know. That's how he got the poisoned water. That's how that happened. They didn't check the fucking gloves properly in the second fight. That's how that happened. They ain't check it properly in the first fight, and they were caught. The ref saw it and then got on Fred's show and lied. Jack Reese. Those are big guys. The gloves slip off. No. Once those gloves are on, they don't just slip off. Tape might come it might come loose. That's about it. There was a joint effort this was attempted murder. And Floyd had something to say about that the whole time with Deontay. What was stopping Floyd, the quote-unquote face-up boxing, what was stopping him for popping up on Deontay and say, look, man, moving forward, you got to look for this, you got to look for that. As a matter of fact, brother, yo, can I contribute to stylistically what you could do? Is that okay? Did he call D on the phone? No, he didn't do none of that shit. And he was supposed to be the face of boxing? Did he offer a helping hand at all? He doesn't want anybody better than him. In his mind, there's dudes already better looking. There's dudes that, and getting back to the AJ thing, AJ could walk into a club and Floyd could be making it rain with all hundreds. But AJ could put on a fitted shirt, walk into a club, and after these bitches pick up all the fucking money off the floor and let Floyd slap him on the ass and drink up all of his $1,000 liquor, they're going to go straight over to AJ for the proper pounding. Because this little nigga got money, but that big nigga got what I need. Want, need. Want, need. Want, need. Fundamental difference. And Floyd sees everybody and everything in all tax brackets as a threat. That's the sign of an insecure man who's not content with his own success. He can't say I'm successful and I want to show people how to be successful. He wants to be at the top of the pyramid looking down on everybody. And that's why he feels lonely at the top. That's why he surrounds himself with a bunch of women. That's why Miss Jackson was impregnated with twins and she aborted the twins after he done got her a boob job and then got on there and tried to lie and say that he beat her because that was his reputation. That fell short. I knew she was lying. But why at this level in the game are you surrounding yourself with a person like that? You can't pick out people that have bad character around you. You can't see that from a mile away now. And truth be told, there shouldn't be anything for Riyadh season and Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dana White to even do because Floyd was in a position, in such a powerful position between him and Al Heyman. They could have been doing everything that Riyadh season is doing now. They could have been doing it on American shores. There wouldn't have been nothing for Turkey to do but to partner up with Floyd and ask, can I get some of this? But Floyd is so goddamn greedy and insecure, he don't want anyone to shine past him. When you go to Michael Jordan, when you go to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, anybody in the NBA that did something great, and they say, hey, look like so-and-so's about to break your record. How do you feel about that? Records are made to be broken. I've heard Michael Jordan say it. I've heard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar say it. When LeBron broke some sort of record, didn't Kareem Abdul-Jabbar go to LA to a game and hand him a trophy and shake his hand and took pictures? It's called passing the torch. Greatness recognizing greatness. You let Floyd tell it, he's better than Muhammad Ali. Nigga, no, you're not. Not as a man. Nigga, no, you're not. You're not. My brother LeBron, Broken Traditions, in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. Y'all go subscribe to my brother Broken Traditions. It's not a boxing channel, but you will get that food for thought. Definitely. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you. If money makes the man, you don't want no part of that man. You don't. You remember the rapper that was with Floyd? He was found dead in the desert. The day he was fighting Conor McGregor. That rapper that was found in the desert, I knew him. He lived in the Bronx. I knew him personally. He used to play ball. I knew him. And I'm still not clear on what happened with that. I'm not clear. I'm not. This dude's baby mama was found dead in the car. You understand? This is the type of person you want to affiliate yourself with. Now it didn't trace back to him. Prior to that, y'all remember Filthy Rich Records, spelled with a PH, Filthy Rich? Somebody died in the midst of all of that. You remember that? Could somebody please go get Curmel Moton from this kid? From this fucking idiot Floyd Mayweather? Somebody go get this kid away from him. Can somebody please go do that? Because I don't trust this. You guys can't be so starstruck. And I'm not saying that that's what it is. Snoop, what up? I'm not saying that that's exactly what it is. But you trainers, you managers, you can't just, hey man, I got an opportunity to rock with Floyd. You can't be ready to just jump up and do that. What does it mean? To me, it's like sleeping with imagine Beyonce finna give one of you guys some tail. Imagine that. She about to give you some tail and drop $100,000 in your account for whatever reason. You about to slam. You're like, oh, yep. Here's the thing. You go to her house or whatever, her mansion, and you in the bathroom getting ready, and you look on the sink, and there's a bottle of pills there, and you're like, what is that? She got high blood pressure? What is that? You got your phone, you Google it, and you find out it's HIV medication. You know, some of you niggas will still hit it because you don't love yourself. And you're like, I just can't. It's Beyonce. I can't pass this up. Nigga, if you don't get dressed and leave, some of you dumbasses will stay there and be like, well, you know what? I'm going to wear 2 condoms. Uh-huh. What if she wants you to eat the box? What you going to do? What if she says condoms make her break out? What if she says, I just like skin on skin? And don't worry, we have, you know, I'm on this medication. Don't worry, you ain't gonna catch it. I got money. If you do catch it, you know, Magic Johnson is fine. I'm on some better stuff than him. But you still caught it though, baby. Is that one of those Diddy parties with Jay, or what's going on? Some of you niggas will still hit it. Raw at that. If you don't pack your shit and get out of here. Scott says, where does LeBron rank at all time? That's a G-Tad, salute. That's a loaded question, believe it or not, because there's so many guys that put LeBron on a pedestal. And with the NBA, if you're looking at numbers, LeBron got all the numbers. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get off of it. We're talking about the GOAT debate. There's no comparison. LeBron and Jordan, there's no comparison. It took 2 decades for LeBron to accomplish these numbers. And Mike did it in 12 years. It's a complicated question, man. But where does he rank all time? I guess you could put him top 50, I guess. But GOAT, he is not. He is not. He is not the GOAT at all. Numbers don't tell the whole tale, by the way. They don't. No matter where you want to go with it. Numbers don't tell the full tale. I gave this example before. If I'm playing on a 1986 or 87 Celtics, and I play 3 games in garbage time, and I get on that floor, and I go to the line 3 times, and I make all my free throws, at the end of the season, if you look, it says my stat says I'm 100% from the free throw line, where Larry Bird was only like 92 because he missed some free throws. Does that mean I'm a better free throw shooter than Larry Bird? No. That means in the games that I did play, which was like 3, I hit all my free throws. He played every game. And he still shot 92%. Does that mean I'm a better free throw shooter than Larry Bird? The answer is no. So that's what I'm saying. Numbers don't always tell the tale. But it's a loaded question. But I guess you could say LeBron is top. LeBron's not trash. I ain't gonna say that. No. And I know it's annoying to watch. You know, every time I turn around, look. I haven't watched the league in a few years because I got really turned off when these kids started jumping ship and hooking up with each other and making these super teams. I just got exhausted. I said, I'm not doing this, bro. I'm not doing this. And I just stopped. I really did. I used to love the NBA. I just can't do it anymore. I watched the game a while ago and I didn't recognize it. Bring the ball up and 2 seconds after 2 passes, a play's broken and they hoisting up threes. Nobody's creating anything off the dribble. It's unrecognizable for me anymore. I don't recognize the game anymore. I don't recognize the game anymore. I don't watch it. You got a number 1 draft pick that comes out and it doesn't work out with his drafted team. He's traded and he hooks up with another perennial all-star. Now we got a super team. I can't do it no more, man. I can't. A guy like Kevin Durant should have a team built around him. But these niggas don't keep still. The difference with everybody in my era, 80s and 90s, nobody said, hey, man, I want to play with Michael Jordan. And I'm talking about the all-stars. They said, I want to beat that guy. I want to beat that guy. Mike ain't want to go play with Patrick. He wanted to beat him and vice versa. Yeah, Abel. Yeah. You're right. I don't watch it enough. I can't stand this league. I see one broken play and they're hoisting up 3-pointers. It makes me sick. I'm like, what the fuck? What am I looking at? I just turn the channel. I can't do it. I can't. It's unrecognizable. It is unrecognizable. And I know I'm not bugging because now I'm seeing dudes from my era. And I remember when KG was getting drafted and all these guys that are retired now, I remember I've watched Tim Duncan's entire career. And they don't even talk about him being one of the GOATs. But check the resume. When I'm seeing dudes like KG and Paul Pierce talking about, yo, this shit ain't it, I know I'm not bugging. And those are the professionals. But who am I, right? Who am I? But salute to LeBron. He nice with it. By today's standards. Scott Lennon back in that super chat. He says Jordan, Jabbar, Chamberlain, Robinson, Bird, Russell, Magic, Bryant, Duncan, and Globetrotters. Goat, Metal Lark, Lemon, all better than LeBron. Goddamn. Well, listen, I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, but that GOAT conversation is, you know, I really don't entertain it. I lived the eras. I've watched it. For as long as I was watching basketball with a critical eye, it was the same thing with boxing. I've watched it. I've watched Jordan's career from start to finish. And start again to finish again. I've watched the whole thing. I watched Kobe Bryant's career, KG, you name it. I've watched it. So, I mean, look. God damn, somebody want my attention real bad. He says the hate for LeBron is I don't understand what hate is. You fling around this word hate like you tell a one-night stand your lover. I mean, what is that term hate about? It's no hate for LeBron. It's no hate. I'm 50 years old. I was watching ball. I remember when LeBron got drafted. H-Town, see? Here we go. H-Town T. LeBron has the, watch this. H-Town, I'm 50. How old are you, young man? Philip D, salute. How old are you, young man? Please tell me, how old are you? How old are you? Did I say LeBron was trash? Or did I say something that was true in reference to the entire league? None of these kids start and finish their careers with the team that drafted them. I got a problem with that. A franchise invests in these kids coming out of college, or if they're that nice out of high school, and say, hey, man, we're going to put an investment in you to, within 2 to 5 years, we got to get a chip, and you're that guy. The whole time that guy is looking around the league to see who has the best chance in 2 to 5 years in getting a chip. And they know when their contract's out, they're a hot commodity, and the chances of them linking up and making some sort of fucking pregnancy pack with the winning team is high. There's no loyalty. And LeBron does not have the greatest career ever. Where y'all getting this from? Where y'all getting this from? I'm not having conversations with kids. If you can't tell me who the fuck Bill Russell is, please stop talking. Because then it turns into something else. I swear to God, when I say, how does he compare to Bill Russell? Y'all start talking about money and shoe deals and commercials. It's like, what do you? Oh my God. See, this is why I'm not doing this. This is why I'm not doing this. Let me get back to boxing, please. Rolly, in that super chat, he says, I disagree. We always had supreme teams, 80s Lakers, 80s Celtics, 90s Bulls. People don't like the fact LeBron took control of his own career. Nonsense. The 80s Lakers team, what were their draft picks? First of all, Magic Johnson was an accident. You know how he got, you know what his breakout game was? I bet you can't tell me. Maybe Abel could. You can't tell me what Magic Johnson's breakout game was. To say that the 80s Lakers was they turned out to be a superior team. But those guys didn't come from all directions to get together. They weren't superheroes on other teams to get together and make a super team. Like the Heat was when LeBron left Cleveland and went there. That's not what happened over there. Didn't happen with the Lakers, didn't happen with the Celtics, damn sure didn't happen with the Bulls. That team was developed because I remember when the Bulls was getting smacked around by the Lakers and by the Celtics. That 63-point game that Mike dropped on Larry Bird, they lost the series. So what was the point? Mike was nice, but they weren't clicking as good as the Celtics. They still beat them. I remember when Michael Jordan was being called a ball hog. I remember that. But statistically wise, that doesn't match. How many times he made all defense? How many assists he averaged? What people said didn't match what he was doing statistically wise. Look at those stats. How many games did he miss? So you could say LeBron took control of his own career. He left Cleveland. When he went back to Cleveland, did he not connect with Kyrie Irving? When Scottie Pippen was drafted, no one figured that he'd pan out to be a top 50 all-time player. That was not it. The last organic team that I could remember when I stopped watching ball, that came out of nowhere and people said, oh my God, these guys are really good. It was the Warriors. They just gelled like that. That just happened. That's the last organic team that I remember since I stopped watching ball. Let me ask you a question, and I'm going to get back to boxing. When the Heat went to the finals and lost to the Mavs, how many All-Stars was on that Mavs team? I'll wait. I'll wait. Dirk Nowitzki and who else? Oh, H-Town, you're 40. Okay. Groovy. So you should know better than this. Scott says, no way in hell you were born in 75. Yeah, absolutely. November 16th, 1975. That's my birthday. Me and Nonito got the same birthday. How many All-Stars was on that team? When the Heat lost to the Mavs, other than Dirk, who was the other All-Star? Jason Terry? Come on now. Come on. Uh-oh. This was Bosh. This was LeBron. And this was D. Wade. And I never seen so many Miami Heat jerseys in New York. I was like, oh shit, okay. I expect it. I'm asking. Young Abel says that Heat team wasn't a super team. You couldn't tell them that. They made it to the finals, right? Mission accomplished. The first year LeBron went there, they went to the finals, right? Well, there it is. Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, H-Town. I'm going to get back to boxing. I'm glad you said that. The Rockets that beat the Knicks. You know who led the charge with Hakeem Olajuwon? A rookie, Robert Horry, and a rookie, Sam Cassell. Those brothers was playing ball like they was in the league 10 years. 1994. I watched it. I'm like, yo. Who are these niggas? And they show Carl Herrera, Sam Cassell, Otis Thorpe, Robert Horry. I used to watch ball, y'all. That's why I'm not hearing this LeBron James shit. I'm not. I don't recognize this game today. It's not for me. It's not. Vernon Mad Max, Kenny Smith, come on now. Thank you, General. Kenny Smith from New York. Stand up. And they bust the Knicks' ass. I watched it. And the only All-Star on that team was Hakeem Olajuwon. The next year, they got a hold of Clyde Drexler. And they won. And it still wasn't a super team because Clyde Drexler was past it. And here's another question. This is just me being petty. How many major players during the LeBron era did he stop from getting the chip? How many? Because he's still playing. How many? Now, how many top 50 and Hall of Fame players did Michael Jordan and the Bulls stop from getting the chip?
Whoa!
Let me get back to boxing. There is no comparison. Please stop. Karl Malone has no chip. John Stockton has no chip. Sean Kemp has no chip. Gary Payton got lucky because he had to go somewhere else. Charles Barkley has no chip. Patrick Ewing has no chip. See what I mean? See? Stop. Gotta stop. And I'm not cutting LeBron down. He is top 50. But when y'all start talking, I'm talking about the young cats. When y'all start talking about he the GOAT, nonsense. No, y'all gotta stop. But don't take my word for it. You know what you do? go to the gram and go to TikTok and follow this brother. His name is Just Say You Hate Basketball. Because not only did I live the era, but if I ain't got time to dissect the numbers, I'm doing too much shit. But this brother makes time to do shit like that. So go argue with him. Because I watched his video. I said, man, this is it right here. His name is Just Say You Hate Basketball. Go find him on Instagram. Go find him on TikTok. Go debate him. I'm not doing it. I live the eras. I'm like, this is one of those situations where I'm not having this conversation. I'm not having this I'm really not. I'm not having this conversation about that guy. Because when I start telling the truth, what does a young kid come in here and say? You got to stop hating. What am I hating on? How about this? Just like with any other fight I talk about. Stop me when I'm lying. Don't have to lie on LeBron. Inflated stats and everything. They dealing with something on, it keeps coming up on my timeline. Him and JJ Redick, they knocking heads right now as we speak. They were fine until he came back from an injury or something like that, right? Am I wrong on that? Something happened, right? Came back and he fucked up the flow, right? Or am I just seeing things? It seems that every player on LeBron's, every perennial all-star or somebody that could be considered top 50 when their career's over in the LeBron era, everybody got a ring, right? KD got a ring. Steph Curry got a ring. Who else? Greek Freak got a ring. Niggas is getting rings on LeBron's watch. That wasn't happening with Michael Jordan. Yeah, he's smiling in your face, but he want to bust your ass. And when you got top 50 players saying, no. Even guys that didn't play against Michael were like, no, I'm watching him. That motherfucker's a killer. And dudes that played with him or against him are saying, no, Mike was different. Man, LeBron's not even Kobe, man. Let's stop. You the size of Karl Malone. You know he's the exact size of Karl Malone, right? You the size of Karl Malone, but every time someone's forehead sweat drips on your shoulder, you flying into the 8th row. I don't respect it. I don't recognize this game. This is what these kids do. It's frustrating to watch. I can't do it. And I don't. Today's game is for pussies. There, I said it. Today's game is for pussies. He said Kobe didn't get 5 finals MVPs. You want me to be petty? Are you saying LeBron's better than Kobe? Please tell me you're saying that. Because I could be real petty right now. How many times LeBron went to the finals and lost? Never happened to Mike. It happened to Kobe twice. Kev's in that super chat. He says, fun fact, Wade called LeBron after Kobe won his 5th ring, saying we need to team up. That's when Super Team ever started. Look it up. I can't, bro. I can't. This is why I don't watch the game anymore. I can't keep up. He says your boxing is off the chain, your basketball is off. Yeah, because I can't tell you shit about today's game because I don't watch it. You see how that works? You see how I answered you? I don't identify with today's game. I stopped watching the game. I stopped watching ball after, I believe it was the Heat. And then I turned around, he went back to Cleveland. And I said, nope, I'm done. So you're right, LT. I can't tell you shit about basketball today because basketball today is horrible. It's horrible. I can't tell you a goddamn thing. I can't tell you anything about today's game. You're right. Early 2000s and 90s and 80s, I can tell you all about it. Today, I can't tell you shit. I can't tell you shit. You see how that works, LT? I'm not gonna argue. I don't know nothing about no Morant. I don't know other than he's getting caught with guns. You know, I can't tell you anything. I can't tell you his points per game. I can't tell you what's happening. I turned on the All-Star break last year, and I'm like, what? I didn't know. I don't know what's going on. I can't tell you. But I can tell you a little bit about LeBron. And you strike a nerve with people when motherfuckers start saying he's better than Jordan. I'm like, that's impossible. The game is unrecognizable. Nope. Kez Video says they feared Kobe once he won without Shaq. Yeah, there's that. There's that. They said he couldn't win with Shaq. All right, well, all right, LT, you call it progression. Xavier, salute. You call it progression. I don't. The game has gotten worse. And I know I was quiet about it, but I know I wasn't bugging when I'm seeing retired legends in Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, and they're having the same conversation, and they see what I'm seeing. I said, I knew I wasn't bugging. I knew I wasn't bugging. This is a bad game. I can't, bro. So I will not debate any of these young cats over today's ball because I don't watch it. But I've watched LeBron from the time he got drafted all the way up until when he went back to Cleveland. And guess what? When he got that ring in Cleveland, it wasn't him saving shit. It was Kyrie Irving. And when they interviewed him when he hit the game winner, do you remember what he said? He said, I got the ball, and all I kept thinking was Mamba mentality.
What?
That's a Kobe Bryant reference. He ain't say my boy LeBron. In fact, in crucial games, LeBron passed the rock. When they lost to Dallas, there's an infamous meme with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh sitting at a bar, and there's an empty seat in the middle. It was just a picture that he took. But someone made a meme out of it and said someone's missing, as to say LeBron disappeared in those finals. He don't want no problems with the game on the line. And here's the thing, he's perfectly capable. He just chooses not to do it. Now I'm gonna get back to boxing. Boxing, please. David Scott, salute. Well, I don't know. He says, I guess Kyrie would have been able to do it without LeBron. Well, I guess LeBron couldn't do it without Kyrie. That's why he took his ass back to Cleveland when they had a second All-Star. You see the difference? We didn't know who Scottie Pippen was going to be until they got under the hammer of Michael Jordan. Hey, LeBron ain't doing shit until he got that second All-Star around him. That's what I see. And then by now, you kids, you think that Scottie Pippen was popping from the time he got into the league. That wasn't the case. That was not the case. Nah, LT, I disagree with that. MJ couldn't do shit without Scottie. He couldn't do shit without Scottie. Nope. No. What I'm saying is Scottie got there and his game developed while playing with Mike. Nobody knew Scottie was going to be a top 50 player. Nobody knew that. In fact, do y'all know that when Mike got drafted, he almost went to Portland? Imagine him and Clyde Drexler running around on the floor with the Blazers. That almost happened. I think it was that or Houston. He almost ain't go to the Bulls. Mike paid dues, man. Mike paid dues. Getting the shit beat out of him by the bad boys. Come on, man. Mike paid dues. Anyway, back to boxing. That's just my opinion. I'm not hating on nobody. It's just my opinion. Y'all watch today's game. I can't tell you shit about it. I can't tell you shit about today's game. I don't watch it. I can tell you about my era. And I can tell you when I stopped watching. I was turned off. It's not only LeBron, it's all these kids. They don't keep still. There is no franchise player anymore. That's why I hope the Greek Freak stays his ass right there in Milwaukee. You got a chip there. Stay your ass right there. Pay that man what he wants. If somebody want to come there and play with him, go ahead. He deserves it. Yeah, Stormy, they don't know about Five Slammer Jammer. They don't know about that. We going back. That's a bit of college ball. We going back. Yep. And then we talking about betting on games and shit. When that shit came out, a lot of shit started to make sense. And I was like, well, when I watched that Lakers Sacramento Kings series, and y'all all know what I'm talking about, the Lakers was not supposed to win that series, bro. And I watched that game. I watched the Lakers go to the goddamn line in that fourth quarter an insane amount of times. And I said, this ain't right. And when the game was over, Mike Bibby was walking off the floor with tears. You ever told your son, go to your fucking room? And he got those tears in his eyes? That's how Mike Bibby looked walking off the floor. And I said, this was some bullshit. And then with the ABC and the goddamn commentators was like, we're not sure what we watched, but let's talk about the game. And then you find out that the head referee was betting on games. I was done. I was done, bro. I was done, bro. I watched a little more after that, but I understood what the fuck was going on. That Sacramento Kings team was supposed to win everything that year. And prior to that, the year before, it was Scottie Pippen and the Portland Trail Blazers and the Lakers. And I watched that game and I said, there's something fucked up. Rasheed Wallace ain't screaming for no reason. These refs are fucked up. But whatever, man. I'm a hater though, right? Nah, insane. Nope. No. The Lakers had help. The Kings were a better team that entire season. The Lakers had help from the refs. And then you find out these niggas was betting on games, which made me go back and look at that Blazers series the year before that. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God. It all came out in the wash, just like, now I'm gonna bring it back to boxing. Just like Floyd caught Maidana with those gloves, I was asking, why didn't he check Lil Bro AB's glove situation before he walked to the ring with Maidana? Yeah, LT, I know a lot of shit. I just don't comment on it. Kings got robbed, and I stand on it. I watched that shit. The Kings got robbed. I watched it. There's nobody that watched that series and didn't understand what the fuck they were looking at. They were blowing the whistle for bullshit, bro. I think the Lakers went to the line so many times, they broke a record. That game was won by the free throw. And it wasn't that the Kings was missing. They were sending, Rick Fox went to the line how many times? I was like, yo, oh my God, I turned that fucker off. I couldn't take it. Tay, good morning. She says, happy Friday, King. Keep cooking. I'm on the job, Queen. Salute. He said they can't beat us. So you're Lakers fans. I get it. Take the win. I get it. But it doesn't negate the fact that everybody that watch that shit know what they saw. And I'm not a Kings fan and I'm not a Lakers fan by far. But I looked at it and I said, yo, this is crazy. He's going to the line again for what? What the fuck happened? I watched them blow the whistle and they slowed the video down and the nigga completely missed and they blew the fucking whistle. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Yo, bro. I really, listen, there's a reason why I don't watch ball anymore. I got turned off. Me even talking boxing at this point makes me frustrated because it's the same bullshit. Now I'm going to get back to boxing. Floyd knew. Bro. See? Y'all remember this? Y'all remember Tim Duncan got ejected. He was on the bench. And he laughed at a call. They threw his ass out the game. You remember that shit? From the bench. I knew there was something wrong. Who the fuck? Bro, he wasn't even on the floor. And they threw his ass out the game for laughing? You could do that? Showing up the ref is what they call it. I hate this game, bro. I could not. Y'all are proving my point. This is why I can't watch the game. I watched that night. I said, wait, what did he do? Did he throw something? No. He fucked. Bro, it's Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, he was a fucking mute on the floor. How the fuck? That's his name, Tim Donaghy. You remember what they used to do to AI? They would gang up, they'd have meetings on how they're going to blow the whistle on him. Fuck that game, bro. I promise you. I can't, bro. I can't. And another thing, and I'm going to get back to boxing, the NBA has produced some of the best running backs I've ever seen. Everybody's traveling. Everybody. 8 steps to the fucking, oh my God, bro. Nah, we ain't talking about this. No, we not. All y'all niggas travel. James Harden takes 50 steps when he touched the fucking ball. I've never seen anything like this. I watched this white boy switch his pivot foot twice and still make the bucket, and I'm like, where's the fucking? I watched LeBron James carry the ball 3 steps before he dribbles it, and the benches are jumping up, pointing like, what the fuck? The guy defending him is pointing like, what the fuck? And the ref is like shucking. What are you there for? These niggas need to start wearing Walter Payton and Barry Sanders jerseys. Best running backs I've ever seen. Niggas is playing NFL Street in the NBA. JB in that super chat salute, he says Virgil Ortiz just filed a lawsuit against Golden Boy. Really? Good. That's another fucking thing. If this was Bill Haney acting like Oscar De La Hoya, y'all, my chat will have 10,000 people in here. If this was Floyd acting like Oscar, which he has, y'all be on his ass. Here you got Virgil Ortiz fighting for his right to do something special and fighting boots. And you got Oscar De La Hoya visibly getting in the way and nobody's saying anything. Now I'm saying I'm not doing no links today. I'm not talking ball. I was just trying to make a point. And I guess y'all get the gist. I don't watch this ball, today's ball. I don't, because I don't like it. Cobra Head, I think Tank is still at large. I think that young man needs to turn himself in before something bad happened to him. And I'm saying that with love. I don't want to cut on the news at any time talking about he was gunned down. Or I don't want to hear that. I don't even want to hear that the law had to beat him up. I don't want to hear that. I thought you don't sue in boxing. You see how that works? Thank you, Insane. You see? You see how everything comes full circle? Lawsuit? You don't sue in boxing. What's Virgil doing? Oh, that's different. No, it's not. A lawsuit is a lawsuit. Breach your contract. Who made the Euro step popular in the NBA? I bet you these kids can't tell me. Who made the Euro step popular in the NBA? It was so crazy to watch. The refs was confused. Is that a travel? No, it's 2 steps, but one player made the Euro step popular in the NBA. Y'all niggas can't even spell his name. Nah, it wasn't Ginobili. It wasn't Ginobili. Y'all remember a player named Sarunas Marciulionis? Google him. He was nice. See? I'm telling y'all, I used to watch ball. Sarunas Marciulionis. Y'all know him at all? Nah, man, who didn't even make it. Okay. Hold on. Y'all don't know about this. Y'all don't know about this. Manu was nice. But I'm telling you, Sarunas Marciulionis predated him. Y'all got to know y'all history. I'm telling you, I used to watch ball.
Sarunas, too strong, Marciulionis.
Well, for a lot of people out there that don't know, Sarunas Marciulionis, man, he was like, for me, the first part of the European wave.
I think the entire European market owes a debt of gratitude to Sarunas Marciulionis because he was the guy that started everything. He was the guy that opened everybody's eyes.
He's a lefty.
That, hey, there's some really good players over there, and we better take a look.
He's playing out there in Golden State.
Oh, man.
And, man, it's a dog.
Got the ability, I think, to play either guard spot. He's very strong, very good athlete, very competitive fella.
There was never a player with, such a speed, explosiveness, and skill.
Lefty, crafty with the dribble.
He was tough.
He was tough.
Yeah, but I know he was going to go left hard.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker, he just like a damn Clyde.
Yeah.
He's going to go right, he's going to go left.
You don't see many guards that are like bulldozers. He attacked with a furious mentality. He was ferocious, strong. He would drive the lane, love contact. We would just turn the game over to him.
Nobody could keep Sarunas in front of him. I mean, he could get to the basket with the best of them. Once he got to the basket, he had that incredible desire and strength. And he was just an unbelievable player.
Sarunas, no one wanted to guard him. You had a guard, he'd hurt you when he was on offense. And in one game, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, someone was on the free throw. I was at half court with both of them. And they were arguing who was guarding Sarunas. And Michael's like, I'm not guarding him. And not that he couldn't guard him, he just didn't want to get run over by him. He had those meat hook hands, where you drive by, he just, most guys smack the ball, he just go like this and take it from you, like candy from a baby.
Man had game, pass, shoot.
They say he's a good shooter.
The 90s Manu Ginobili.
He was
Ginobili
before Ginobili.
What was that? 90s Manu Ginobili. See?
Like he was doing that, because he was a lefty. So he always had this move where he gonna go behind the back and he was doing all this. He might dunk on you, gonna shoot the 3. He had a little bop to his game.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that he's the best player outside of America.
Sarunas, he was just ahead of time.
Man, he was cold though.
Yeah, really cold.
He was cold. He's one of the forgotten, as far as, I don't care if you want to say European players or even NBA point guards, but he's one of the ones that a lot of these young kids should look up.
Yeah,
Sarunas Marciulionis.
100%.
Well, there you go. Yeah, Philip D. These kids don't even know who Drazen Petrovic is. He was another problem. Croatian. He was another problem. That dude was a problem. All of those guys that came over there, from over there, Marciulionis, Drazen Petrovic, Tony Kukoc, Dino Raja. These guys had game. Manu Ginobili came later. That's what I'm saying. I used to watch this game, bro. Marcelonis was a whole problem. True Boxing Night in the super chat, he says, our NBA had people like Muggsy and Spud Webb, studs that played among giants, like the golden era of boxing, like the golden boxing era that had greats like S.R. Robinson, Jay Johnson. It's early, brother. Salute to you, good brother. Stumbling over words. I need glasses. I wear glasses. I ain't got them on right now. I got reading glasses. I ain't wearing them right now. Yeah, man. Now I understand, LT. I ain't got to. I found that in my advanced age, I don't have the patience for it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Messenger, I don't know. Not yet. As soon as I find out, you know, we gonna talk about it. I don't know. Not yet, though. Not yet. Yep. Sabonis was the first Joker. Yes, he was. They don't remember Sabonis? Ain't his son in the league? Man, the European players, man, they had some guys, man. That dude, Marcelonis, these kids don't know nothing about him. That dude was a problem. I watched those games when he was in the Warriors. He bust Mike on his ass a couple of games. He did. Do y'all know Dream Team 1 could have fucked around and lost to Croatia? Yo, cats don't know a ball like they think. They know today's ball. And I look at it and I just shake my head. I'm like, I don't recognize the game, so I just rather not do it. But let me get back to boxing real quick. So Floyd Mayweather. Now, you know what, LT, I don't have the patience for ball. I'm just being honest with you. I'm sure there's a bunch of shit that I'm missing over there. I'm sure. I'm not saying the kids are horrible. I'm saying the way the game is played today, I can't stand it. The athletes today are a lot better. They have access to better training, better vitamins and supplements. And the athletes today, I'll never degrade the athletes. These kids are doing phenomenal things. They're running faster, jumping higher, but their IQ was down. And the IQ was down is because the NBA has allowed the game to change for it to become more fan friendly, which is why you see the fucking they shooting threes every goddamn where. It's horrible. It's horrible. You know, Nostradamus, salute. I just don't have the patience. I just don't have the patience. In all fairness, I just don't have the patience. I just don't. To pick up now, I just can't. I can't. And I'm choosing not to because I got other things going on too. Because boxing is enough. It's making me sick. So let me get back to topic. Because, you know, the general's about to come on. Yeah, Detlef Shrimp. Remember all those guys? Yeah. Floyd Mayweather's an asshole. Yeah, I know True Boxing Night. It's all good, brother. Floyd Mayweather, if you're training a kid, I would recommend you soak up game and salute to your LT in that super chat. Much love. Let me rent you up, man. You know, you're not being, you know, it wasn't rude. It's just a conversation. You're allowed to say what you want as long as, you know, you're not, you know, being a jerk about it and, you know, violating, you know, anybody. You know, it's all good, bro. You know, it's all in sport. You know what I mean? I'm just not educated on today's game, and I just get a little like, you know, it strikes a nerve when, you know, when people trying to let me wrench up H-Town too. It strikes a nerve when people try to use stats when it's convenient to justify a point. When, you know, a lot of people haven't watched the game. My only thing is I've watched enough of LeBron to compare him to Jordan because LeBron is in his 40s on his way out. And by the way, here's what I don't want to happen. I'm hearing a lot more of this steroid talk with LeBron. And what I don't want is for him, when he hangs it up, later on, motherfuckers start talking about, oh, we have this new evidence he was on steroids. That's another thing I don't want for LeBron.
I don't want that because I'm already hearing people talking about it. I'm talking about people in the league. I'm like, oh shit, nah, bro. Nah. He's already a Hall of Fame. They say he's top 50. I'm cool with that. I'm even cool with them comparing him to Jordan. I'm cool with that. I don't agree with it, but I'm cool with it. But if they try and taint that man with this fucking steroid thing after he leaves, I'm gonna be mad, bro. I'm gonna be mad. Especially if they can't prove it. The fact that they put it out there is gonna annoy me. No doubt, H-Town. It's gonna annoy me. Because that's just something else they're trying to use to taint the brother. I never said he was trash. I just said he's not the GOAT over Jordan. That's all. But if that man hangs it up and then later on, oh, new evidence of steroids, I'm going to get so annoyed with that, bro. My thing is this. If he gets out, leave him alone, bro. Leave him alone. Because that's that racial shit. You could think he's on it now. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying, prove it. And my thing is this, if they start talking about evidence and things like this, and bro, I'm gonna be so annoyed with that, man. I'm gonna be so annoyed. Don't do that shit to him. Don't do that. Crazy work. Anyway, Floyd's a douche. Floyd is a douche. You'd be a fool to leave your fighter's career into his hands, because once your fighter starts to reach that status where he could be perceived as better as him, especially since Moton is in those lighter weights, he will do something to derail him. It was Floyd's, and I'm putting it on Floyd. It was his responsibility to look out for AB and say, yo, man, go check that man's gloves, man. Go check that man's gloves. You check the gloves, man? You check the gloves? Did you do that? Dudes be cheating out here. But if you don't want to put that on AB, you don't want to put that on Floyd, that's fine. This ain't going to take long. So he don't talk to AB no more. He don't fuck with AB. What's up with him and Tank? Because AB was little bro. Tank was like little cuz. He did right by him. He done fooled y'all niggas, got him to face of boxing and everything else, right? Y'all want to run with that? Fine. Fine. If he's a face of boxing, fine. I was with it. All I said was, yo, fight Loma, man. Beat that nigga ass. Fuck Loma, man. Get out of here. You could do to Loma what Orlando Salido did to him, but Tank could do it worse. That's what I was on. I said, man, fuck Loma. Tell that little nigga Tank Davis to get him, man. I like that kid, man. Get him. Did he do it? No. And Floyd kept him away from that fight. When every time he spoke on him, I said, yo, this sound like a duck, man. And I didn't say it out loud. I don't think I was doing content back then. But you look around like, yo, that's a duck. And you kind of like embarrassed because you're kind of hoping that no one else caught that. It's time for us to move right now. We're not ducking or dodging anybody, but, Loma is old. He got to fight right now. And we're looking to make 9-figure paydays. And I'm saying to myself, translation, that's a duck. That's a duck. But I looked around, I said, all right, okay. All right. That's a duck, but okay. I ain't gonna say anything, but that was a duck. And one thing that's been consistent is that he moved around his contemporaries. They said Pedraza, and what did Tank say? They trying to set me up. No, bro. Pedraza was next up, man. That's your breakout fight. Whenever we ask Tank Davis fanatics, hey, man, name me his key fights, they say Pedraza. Well, Tank don't think so. He thinks that was a setup. And then y'all say Ryan. I'm like, well, Ryan hasn't done shit. Never had a belt or what. Oh, you want to talk about money making? To me, that's not a fucking. And when the fuck did Ryan Garcia become a 4 king? Or a 3 king? He hasn't done anything. Boss, I'm from the Bronx, it's easy. Then he put him in the ring with a sparring session, doghouse rules, against who? Devin Haney. Doghouse rules. He fight till somebody quit. Who quit? That little nigga did. Tank. Devin was like 16 when that happened. Then they tried to edit the video and release it. Tank fans went crazy. He fell out with Floyd, and magically, the real footage came out and showed the truth. But the truth was always out there. I said, wait a minute. Bill had, what, 8 or 10 racks on his son? And Bill won the bet. I knew about that sparring when it happened. Because once again, I wasn't doing content back then, but I heard about it. I said, who did that? Oh, some kid named Devin. Oh, okay, what happened? Doghouse rules, he won. Oh, okay. You know, shit happens. It went from it didn't happen to, oh, well, me, this is AB talking. Me and Tank flew in and we were hungover. Bullshit. You wasn't hungover when you fought Elijah Pierce and you quit on him. Y'all forgot about that? But this is the face of boxing, though. But never mind that. The real footage came out. And who put that out? They asked Ellie Setback, well, you was there. You have it on your video. Ellie, put it out. I'm not going to put out the video footage because of my loyalty to Tank reporting. Wait a minute. But if Tank beat the shit out of Devin and you already don't like him, that footage would have been out that day. That was an argument. Matter of fact, it wouldn't have been an argument. You know why? Because the Haneys would have told the truth. Oh, yeah, we fought Tank and we lost. That happened. It would have been an argument. But y'all niggas started lying. Yo, Tank got him. No, he didn't. We won the bet. What are you talking about? But my point is, Tank fell out with Floyd, and all of a sudden, the fucking footage pops up. Let me tell you what type of person Floyd is. He got into it with Roy Jones. And the reason why he got into it with Roy Jones, because Roy Jones said, yo, I don't appreciate Floyd saying that he's better than Ali. Then the troll that Floyd is, he puts a video up of him with his wall-sized TV watching Roy get knocked out by Glenn Johnson. You make time to do shit like that? You dirty son of a bitch. You fucking trick. Because that's what you are. All that money, and you still getting tricked out your dollars by women. Tank, all that money, and you're a millionaire. You still running up in the clubs choking bitches. You see that? But y'all laugh at Devin when he went through his little mishap with a girl. But you notice that bitch real quiet now, because he said, you keep talking, we're gonna go to legal route. We're gonna sue you. Which is how adults handle things. That's how adults handle things. But there's no suing in boxing. There's no suing in real life. Y'all keep walking through life thinking that shit. Yeah, Jose. Yep. Devin's moving like a boss because he's taught by a boss. Bill Haney's a boss. He don't have these problems that Floyd has. Devin don't have the problems that Tank has. Devin don't have the problems that AB has. But Tank and AB was under the tutelage of who? Floyd, who's hated on them. And Bill saw that in Floyd. He said, I'm not going to have my son around this guy. We're going to soak up boxing game and we're going to get the fuck out of Dodge. And that's what he did. And he's been on his bumper ever since. Even Ryan fucking around with Floyd wearing his gold chain for a little while. Look at how Ryan ended up. Rolly was hanging out with Floyd or rolling around with Floyd. And what happened? Didn't some bitches accuse him of grape and postpone the Tank fight the first time? That's how he ended up fighting Esau Cruz. Remember that? That's Floyd, y'all. So I said all of that to say this. Someone get Curmel Moton before he ruins this kid. Someone go get that kid. Who's in charge of Curmel? His dad? His dad? Somebody? Whoever's in charge of that young man, please listen to me. Soak up game, learn the business, learn the sport, and when it's time for you to get the fuck out, leave. Michael Ray, he sure did. Because when Cameron asked him, he didn't say no. Main Biker said Pacquiao sued Floyd and won for accusing him of peds. Yeah, he couldn't. Listen, I believe that Manny was juicing. But you know what? In the real world, you can't make accusations like that unless you're ready to prove it. If you can't prove it, you might as well not say it. So Manny sued him and he won. Or it was settled, but he sued him. So when motherfuckers talking about there's no suing in boxing, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Someone go get Curmel Moton before Floyd ruins his kid. He got all the things that Floyd likes. He's short, he's a light-skinned kid. He's growing into his look. I don't even think can a young man even grow facial hair? He a baby. Before Floyd ruins him and gets him 1L just to humble him. Because that's what he did to AB with Maidana. He needs 1L. So as great as he gets after this, he's still going to have that 1L. I ain't got that. That's why Tank said, yo, they tried to set me up with the Pedraza fight. It's not a setup, kid. It's not. And why you think they ain't speaking now? And then the spawn footage came out. Why isn't Floyd sitting him down and saying, yo, you don't need to be crashing out. Look what happened with me and these bitches. You need to be better, Tank. Relax. So when I ask who raises these kids, I'm not joking. I'm asking for real. Why do you think I did this meme? I got Curmel looking at Tank and AB. They're saying, don't be us, Curmel. Don't be us. Be like Bill and Devin. Real boss moves. Does it make sense now? Now, is that hate? Do I want Tank to be a failure in life? No. Did I want that for AB? No. But they're hanging around this motherfucker Floyd, and look at his track record. His is perfect in the ring. In life, not so much. And what does he raise? What has he spawned? Who has he helped become just like him? How many corners has he worked? He's too good to work a corner. I've seen Roy work many corners. Not all his fighters panned out, but I seen him there. Roy Jones Jr. was the baddest mofo on the planet. For you to work a corner and give advice and be a cut man or whatever you're doing, you humbled yourself. Floyd can't do that. Imagine Floyd walking out with a team jacket on with someone else's name on it, working the corner. He's too big for that. I don't see Roy saying that. Nigga, you're not even better than Roy Jones. And there's a lot of good I could say about Floyd Mayweather in defense of him and in defense of the racial attacks that he was a victim of. There's a whole lot of bad things I could say too. I'm just not gonna let some cracker say that about him when they don't know. I know why you hate him, but I'm not gonna help your argument. I don't hate nobody. I want people to do better, especially when they have nothing but space and opportunity and know how to do it. They just choose not to do it. Somebody go get Curmel Moton before he ruins that kid. I don't trust Floyd. Somebody go get that young king before something bad happened. And I'm gonna get out the general's way. Maybe I'll have an NBA panel and I'll open it up for you cats like Abel and Insane and H-Town. Y'all could join the panel and y'all can educate me on today's game, because in all fairness, I don't understand it. I don't understand today's basketball game. I will allow y'all, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I will allow y'all to come on and educate me, because I don't watch today's game. I'm just saying, based off of the little bit that I've seen, I don't like it. And I'm not bugging out, because when I'm seeing the cats that I've watched say the same thing, you know, it's like, I know I'm not bugging. I just, but I'll do an NBA panel, and I'll let y'all lead the charge. So maybe y'all can educate me on something. I'll ask y'all the questions. Y'all educate me. Fair enough? We'll do that. So salute to y'all. The general's on. He's cooking. We're going to go on over there. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Stay out of trouble. And I know we love boxing, but boxing don't love us back. I'm going to try and do pep talk tonight. I just got a lot going on, so I haven't been doing pep talk. But y'all make sure y'all follow me on Rumble. Follow the Sensei on Rumble. Man, we had a hell of a live stream on Rumble last night. Blue-Eyed Soul. There's a lot of white folk that put out some bangers over the years. And some you might not even know was white. You know what I mean? Shout out to the UK, man. Shout out to the UK. They produce, man. Those brothers, those blue-eyed brothers in the UK, man, they put out some bangers. What y'all know about Simply Red? Holding back the years. Oh, come on, man. I'll keep holding. Come on, man. Every black event that plays. Stop it, man. And I love it on Rumble because we could actually play the music without getting fucked with. YouTube, they'll stop your whole fucking stream. So follow us on Rumble. Follow us on Patreon. I take the gloves off over there. I can F-bomb and play all kinds of stuff because y'all paying for it. But yes, man, salute to everybody. Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, Super Chats. Love y'all, man. And y'all say a prayer for Tank Davis. I'm being very serious because I don't want the worst case scenario for him. I know I talk about him. I don't hate the kid. Y'all put that on me. I don't hate the kid. And the worst case scenario is one of these crackers putting a bullet in him saying that he was resisting or something. I don't want that. I don't even want them to have to physically take him down and getting cuffed because that's going to be his legacy. That, him getting arrested and beat up on some Rodney King shit, that'll be his legacy over everything he has done in boxing. Regardless whether I feel it's bare minimum or not. That's the last picture you want to see Tank Davis in? I think not, man. So pray for him. Pray for Adrian Broner. He has an alcohol problem. And suicide is a real thing. Stop it, man. I don't want that for nobody. And pray for Curmel Moton. I don't want nothing to happen to this kid, man. He's with the wrong person. I don't trust Floyd. Salute to y'all, man. Bronx on deck.
Move! Okay, have a crappy weekend. Hope your house burns down.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.